Two in a row. That's pretty good.
Mhm.
Welcome, everybody, back to Rewatchers Council, the Angel Edition. Snark here. Glad that you're joining us, for goodness sake. And joining me, council member, a wayward council member, back on the program, Adelia Chamberlain. How are you doing, Adelia?
I'm doing all right. It's been I went on vacation and then it's been a rough couple of weeks since I got back. But I am here. I have not watched this episode since it aired on
Story time.
television.
It'll be
So
story
we're
time with
doing a
Snark.
little story time with Snark today. Snark's
Story
going to
time
tell
with
me
Snark.
about the episode.
Also, Adelia is one of those folks that needs a vacation from her vacation. You know what I mean?
No, my vacation
You
was
know.
fine. It was what's happened since I got home that has been pretty awful.
Yes, yes. Well, speaking of pretty awful, I'm saying this episode isn't so bad. It's actually
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
Now, its original air date, Adelia, December 14th, 1999. Again, we're on the eve of okay,
Mhm.
the dangerous chaos it will surely bring to all of us in
Oh, I
just
remember.
two and a
I
half
remember.
weeks, 2.5 weeks time till doomsday.
People
At
were
this point.
freaking out about Y2K.
Ridiculous, because a
It
computer isn't smart enough to figure out what comes next after
it
99.
it seems so funny in hindsight that people were
Yep.
even worried about that.
Yeah, it's bonkers. It's
Yeah.
bonkers that this isn't even a thing. Now, we don't have to worry about that now. And also
Mhm.
next week we get to talk about some Christmas number ones, and if we go back over to the Buffy channel and stuff like that, we'll round up what happened the rest of the year and figure out that we actually made it through. If you're watching this now, as this comes out in 2025. We made it past 50K. Now,
We did.
this episode, written, co-writers here. David Fury, of course, a veteran of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. His last one he wrote was Lonely Hearts. He co-wrote it with Janine Renshaw, and she last co-wrote I Will Remember You.
Okay.
Remember, not a huge fan. I Will Remember You. But it was directed by James A. Contner. James A. Contner also producer at this point. His last one he directed was a title that gave both Ferris and I fits at times, Sense and Sensitivity.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
last one.
I can see how that would be a problem.
The Kate centric one about the cops who, you know, these days maybe it doesn't seem as outrageous. Anyways,
Yeah.
guest star alert time. Now, I guess that's the last time we can call it a guest star alert for this particular gentleman, as Alex Denisoff is going to join the cast as Wesley Wyndam-Pryce, of course. It's also interesting how Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel introduced kind of main characters to the show in this week.
Yeah.
Uh, Wesley is only, for the rest of the run of the show, only not going to appear in one episode.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
remember I couldn't remember when Wesley came in, but I knew it was in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Um Good to have him back. I like Wesley a lot as a character. I like him much better on Angel than I did on Buffy though.
It's character growth you can see,
Mhm.
and this is in this first episode very much akin to the Buffy Watcher that failed with Faith and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
as it goes on, he has him and Cordelia both on the show, like their character
Yeah.
progression is off the charts. So let's get actually into the episode.
Mhm.
Now, Angel's back to bugging the oracles. It was one of those guys that you give someone your number or whatever, and they just start abusing it all the time. You want to change your number,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. He wants them to bring back Doyle. They're saying no. He had a noble death. What do you want? What do you want for the guy? You get to save lives, so don't bother us. Angel then whips out the nobody can contact the powers that be card. What are we gonna do about that? And they say, oh yeah, just you wait. You just wait a minute, and they take off. So
Yeah.
we're going to cut to a poorly dressed demon. Another one from like the 70s, maybe the 50s. I was always searching for a word to describe this guy when we actually start talking about him more. I've remembered the word, so I hope I remember to say it. But anyway,
Yeah.
see this guy running from a pretty cool motorcycle guy, and the credits start to roll. You can see Glenn Quinn's name for the final time in the credits in this episode. There you go. We get to see Cordy now. She's upset that there's nothing really tangible of Doyle's to hold on to at the office. Angel, wants her to take some time off. She starts throwing that in his face, of course. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she says that they're all they have. There's just the two of them now. They're all they have. She's not going anywhere. And then an alarm goes off, and it's like, oh no, she has to leave.
That's yeah.
She's got an ad. She's got an ad. To read for here, Delia. And if it wasn't a national spot, she'd be sticking around there. One thing I have to say about this, I remember all the way back to what was it, 9 episodes ago, the very first episode of the series, when she was told that no one ever wants her to work ever
Yeah.
by her manager. No one ever wants you for these commercials and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She still keeps getting auditions, so good for her. Anyways,
Yeah.
we get to see the poorly dressed demon show up at the office for help after she's gone. Fun. He's got like this that 50s comedic sidekick kind of
Yeah.
attitude and stuff like that. I figured the word I was looking for, corny. This
Yeah.
guy's just corny. Ugh. Why do they do this on this show?
I don't know.
They just drives you nuts after a while. Anyways,
Yeah.
his better yet, things Barney.
Yeah. Barney.
Like Fred and Barney. Oh my god. Anyways, he lets Angel know that he's a demon. He doesn't want the horns or the weird skin or anything like that to fool you. He's a 100% demon. Now he doesn't, even though he's a demon, he also doesn't know that much about vampires. I guess because he figures that Angel sleeps in a coffin. And this gets Angel pissed off about the stereotypes and stuff like that. He blames hack writers for this. So I just said, take that, Bram Stoker, you dirty hack. Then he explains he can move around during the day, no problem, as long as it's not indirect sunlight. It's like, well, there was that line in the very first episode of this season.
Yeah, that would have been much needed in the first episode of the season, considering how often he's been out in the daylight.
I'm surprised he isn't gardening, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. He's just
Yeah.
always out there. Anyways, uh, guess what?
What?
The audition is going well for Cordy. Kind of butchering it.
Boy, a shock. A
Yeah.
shock.
She starts crying. It's a stain remover. She starts crying, I guess, getting maybe a little emotional over Doyle. The
Mm-hmm.
the casting director started asking her to try happy instead. It's a bold choice she made. She wants maybe try it, a little happier. Then it's gonna hit her, Adelia. She starts getting a vision,
Mm-hmm.
and I had no idea what this thing was. I don't know if she really has an idea what this thing is either, but she starts screaming in pain throughout this whole thing. And the casting directors say that she made a nice adjustment. So there you go. First stain remover. I'd love to have
Oh, Cordy.
I'd love to have an angry stain remover commercial.
A stain remover that that is just makes you want to scream.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard to market Tide with that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Barney says he's been having someone chase him. He says it's through several states, starting in Phoenix. Now, we all know I'm not an American,
Mm-hmm.
but I went like Arizona, California. There's
Unless he went up through Nevada and then back down to Los Angeles, I don't know.
a big loop instead of just a.
Yeah.
Anyways, this guy's unstoppable. This guy chasing him, absolute killing machine. He's an assassin. Also, I guess they had trouble clearing the Harley Davidson logo for some reason because they just replace it with something that says "Big Dog."
Okay.
Like, we know what motorcycle that is, guys.
Yeah.
Like, why would Harley Davidson deny the rights to Harley, to their own logo and stuff like that? I guess
I
these
don't
guys,
know.
maybe they're a little cheap. Maybe they're a little
Maybe.
cheap over on the Angel set. They're using it for all these cuts that they have to do for editing. Anyways,
Mhm.
we see this killing machine now rummage through his weapons, settles on a crossbow. Classic.
Mhm.
Angel wants to know now what Barney did to piss this guy off. He tells him that he's an empath demon. We're gonna get more empath demon later on, but this one's an empath demon. It helps with the gambling he does. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
Angel's, oh, so you're a cheat. Barney says
Yeah.
he's not. He's not an evil. And maybe Angel would be able to, you know, relate to that. Not being an evil guy. Then we see the assassin once again finding this yellow goo. Yeah, a viscous fluid here. So Cordy's gonna get back now. She's just gonna walk up and kiss Angel.
Of course.
Yeah, she gets upset that she doesn't feel anything. Of course, he didn't feel anything either. Yeah, then she tells him that Doyle passed the visions on to her, and that she would have rather had mono or herpes instead.
I mon Yeah, mono maybe. I don't know about herpes.
Herpes is a forever friend. Now, she tells him that the visions hurt worse than they look. Also, she may have drooled, which is, uncomely, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He asks what the vision was. She says a gray, blobby, dangerous thing. So
So great, Cordy.
yeah,
That's so helpful. A
yeah,
gray, blobby, dangerous thing.
yeah. She's vows to kiss everybody until all these visions are gone. She isn't going to take any chances. Barney then gets out of the bathroom. He gets smooched.
Mhm.
Nothing again. Angel asks her to sketch this vision as he decides he's going to go over to Barney's place for clues. He tells her he doesn't want to find them necking on the couch when he gets back, which is valid.
It's very valid.
Yeah, a little professionalism here, Ms. Chase. So he goes
I
over
don't think
to
we can put professional and Cordelia in the same sentence at this stage.
no. Well, she is the only one asking for money, so we
Uh-huh.
we got that going for her. She's the only one who believes in commerce in this entire place. So Angel's gonna head over to Barney's hotel room. He's finding goo on the walls there. You see a cleaning lady leave one of the rooms. This is not a very nice hotel. Let's just say
No.
that. I don't know why they would have a cleaning lady there. It doesn't seem like she does her job, as there's goo all over the place. But Angel's going to get pushed from the back into the room.
Mhm.
Behind him, the biker assassin. Oh boy. Crossbow raised. This isn't good. But oh yeah, it's Wesley.
It's Wesley,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's I tried to bury the lead there. It's just Wesley. He's a big man towards Angel, who just swats the crossbow away in 1 second. So so Wesley just says, "Oh," and drops his head down like typical Wesley Wyndam-Pryce. Uh, Angel starts commenting on the similar wardrobe as they're wearing almost the exact same outfit with the leather jackets and stuff like that. Wesley only explains motorcycle. That's the only thing he has to say about it. But then he tells Angel that he no longer works for the council. Adelia.
Yeah. He's
He's
quit.
he's greater use working alone. Angel deduces it takes seconds for him to deduce. Oh yeah, you got fired. Wesley says now that he's a rogue demon hunter, which sounds pretty cool, and tells Angel to stay out of his way. And mind you, this is all in his hoity-toity English accent. Angel believes that
Yeah,
Wesley,
he has the greatest accent for this, so
yeah,
yeah.
Angel believes that he might be making a mistake here.
Mhm.
Barney's just a harmless fella. Wesley says that the demon he's trailing has left a trail of mutilated bodies in his wake, both human and demon.
Hmm.
It's indistinguishable between the two, and they all had a power that's been collected. So Barney's description that it's the demons, says, this demon that you're chasing doesn't match this description that Barney
Mhm.
has. He says it's enormous and secretes a yellow goo. All right. Then,
Mhm.
we've seen this yellow goo all around the episode. And then Angel notices a little bit dripping onto Wesley's shoulder. Then they look up and the demon drops down. This enormous demon, who is supposedly, the biggest thing, he's just a regular sized guy.
Yeah.
This guy, not much bigger. I want to say, like, they're all going to start fighting in here. And Wesley's going to shoot it uh, with his crossbow. It's going to jump from the window and head out of there. He escapes. I'm going to bring up one thing when we get to, because spoiler alert, we're going to see this guy again. All
Mhm.
right, a little later. Remind me to bring up one thing about this. So
Okay.
Barney's going to sense Cordy's pain now. He's an empath. She tells him to quit nosing around people's feelings without asking. To his credit, Barney apologizes. He starts asking about Doyle. She's going to telling him his faults, but he was sweet, and he also smelled weird sometimes, which
That's such a
isn't.
Cordelia thing to say.
What a nice way to remind someone. Says that Barney kind of reminds him of her after reminds her of him after she says the weird smell part, which is nice. Then we see Wesley and Angel arrive. Barney starts freaking out because Wesley's been chasing him around all these different states and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Cordy just walks right up to Wesley, starts kissing him again. A little more, maybe almost a little more passionate this time than the last time at the library when she was, a
Mhm.
child. When she was a child, basically, because
Yeah.
she's only months older now, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't do anything. And Cordy finally notices after it's done that she was kissing Wesley.
Of course, she just kissed him and didn't have any idea it was him. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. He tells her now he's a lone wolf. And he's just allowing Angel to assist him. And he's a bit of he's a rogue demon hunter now. So she's asked what a rogue demon is, which is fair. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question from Cordy.
Yep. Yeah, she gets it. Angel fills Barney in on what's happened, that the demon is after his empathic ability.
Mhm.
Wesley finds out it's a Kungai demon. And when I say finds out, I guess he had no idea before. And within seconds of talking, of course, he has a book in his hand. He knows that it's a Kungai demon and that its horn is very deadly.
As is
Barney,
typical for research on this show,
yeah,
they
yeah.
generally
What
find the answer
waste
immediately.
time was researching when they can do some fighting?
Yeah.
Barney wants them to take it out. The Kungai, I guess, is of Asian origin and was tracked through Koreatown, so at least they know where to start looking.
Mhm.
Angel is gun shy of now about partners. You know, the typical, detective guy is like, I've been burned too many times. I just had a partner go down. I
Yeah.
can't have another one. So Wes has to stay behind. He starts complaining about how his pants are chafing, and then the
Of course he
pre-
does.
pregnant pause, and then says his leg. You have to say his leg afterwards. Oh well. So here we go. We follow Angel. I guess Angel either speaks Korean or Japanese because I'm not sure what he's speaking when he's actually in. He's at like a massage kind of parlor kind of looking thing,
Mhm.
speaking an Asian language that sounds more Japanese to me than Korean, even though he's supposed to be in Koreatown. Anyways, he bribes the guy at the desk $20 to let him know
Mhm.
where this demon is. 20 whole bucks. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, this guy is taking, I guess this guy take whatever 20 bucks he can get. He's told, that demon guy's in the back there. Angel demands to be shown. He wants a lot. He's giving this guy $20. He wants to get his $20 worth. So the guy just brings him to the back and says, I'm gonna go back up front now. So Angel's there by himself. I don't know if it's a steam room or a bathhouse or something like that. A demon's gonna come out wearing a towel and ask where the shiatsu massage is. I
Sure.
guess. So maybe it's I'm not sure what kind of massage place he's going to, but anyways, cut back to the office. It turns out on a week of bad drawings, we're gonna get Cordy now who's also bad at drawings. Barney somehow figures out that she's frustrated. She's going to tell him about the visions she's had, fills him in on the whole deal, what happened with Doyle. Like, she is very chatty about something that just happened to her. He tells her that she should be honored. He left her such an important gift, as he probably didn't have much in the way of possessions. And
Hmm.
that was the most valuable thing that he had. Very touching stuff from Barney.
Sure.
Hopefully Cordy can take that to heart. A nice thing that Barney's done for her. So
Hmm.
Angel's now gonna find the demon. Guess what? Not doing great. Its horn is missing. And this guy is going down quick. The thing I wanted to bring up, the horn was missing when he was in that hotel room. He never had the horn. He was fighting just fine. He even takes a crossbow, jumps out a window, and runs away. And then he just gets to this place, and it's not like Wesley's crossbow bolts were poisoned. You
Yeah.
just it's like a, what is it, uh, Padme or whatever. It's like this guy is just dying of a broken heart at this point because his horn's missing, I guess. Anyways,
I guess.
we go back to Angel's place. Barney's gonna make a call. He's got a buddy named Hank, as if it isn't corny enough that he's wearing like a big butterfly colored shirt and stuff like that. His name is Barney. He's got to have a buddy named Hank. Anyways,
Yeah.
he tells Hank that he's got the horn, but also maybe something better. You know what? Turns out maybe Barney isn't all what he seems. Seems like he's on the up and up, but maybe not. Cordy's now going to say she's sorry. She's not better at making coffee. Obviously, she says it comes out of, always a little more clumpy, and she's, an automatic drip girl. I say she's neither. Never
Hmm.
been good at coffee. Barney says she is sorry, as in pathetic. He's going to really start hammering here now and starts giving her shit about being self absorbed, trashes her acting,
Oh
which is,
man.
which is fair. It's fair.
Fair, but still.
You don't say, a little decorum here. You don't tell someone who's that bad at acting that they're bad at it. That's what they have managers and directors and stuff to do. Anyways, he knows because she feels it. Remember, he's an empath, even like they mentioned probably 30 times at this point. Now he says he knows that she let Doyle die. At least that's what she feels, that, she didn't do enough. Her grief is telling him this. Says he knows she hates the visions and offers to rip her eyes out. Her head.
If.
Like, come
If.
on, Barney. You were just being so sweet before. What happened to you? All over eyes.
Yeah.
Anyways, uh, we see Angel again. This demon's trying to say something to him, and Angel has no idea what he's trying to say. But of course, as with the show's history, Wesley shows up just in the nick of time, uh,
Hmm.
wearing an all-white suit, maybe cream. He's decided
Sure.
he's ditched the motorcycle biker assassin lifestyle for something more, you may be a little more comfortable for him, anyways. Um, they still don't know who took the horn here, but Wesley's going to try and decipher these things that he's saying, anyways. Meanwhile, Barney's going to start hurting Cordy now. He says he loves the rush of terror. The demon tells Wesley now that more are going to start dying. Cordy's going to start faking a vision. The Barney backs up and he wants to know what she sees. She's going to say him in pain, and she's going to knee him, say in an uncomfortable spot. Yeah, it doesn't. Too bad. It doesn't really do much to him at all. He does the whole "I don't want to hurt you" bit to her, and then she starts screaming. He knocks her out or whatever. It's just like, because the bruises, cost extra and stuff like that, but not much. It's not going to lessen the price that much. Knocks her out. Now, finally, we have this demon with his dying breath describe his killer as a demon heart reader. So Angel's
Okay.
finally gonna figure it. Oh, that means empath. This guy's given up. It's Barney here has been chasing after him throughout the many states it takes to get from Phoenix to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Cordy, Cordy, you see her being held with a bunch of creepy items. Barney and
Mm-hmm.
we see Frank here now. They're going to argue over the value of keeping the seer's eyes intact. So
Ugh.
Angel and Wesley get back. They're gonna start blaming themselves. Wesley puts it on himself for tracking the wrong demon. Well, they were going to the same spot. I don't know what he's really be that upset for it. Angel gives him shit for not helping find clues because he's just sitting there feeling sorry for himself. Typical Wesley. Angel finds Cordelia's sketch. The one I said is so poor as Wesley's, still bemoaning himself. Somehow, Angel recognizes this. It's some kind of
Okay.
it's some kind of sculpture, and he says it was sold to a hotel chain, and that there's 10 of these things between there and San Diego. So they're gonna have to start.
Sure, Angel would just know that.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's exactly right. Like if there's one thing that Angel has his thumb on the pulse of, it's local hotelier sculptures.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Angel's gonna need him to help translate all this stuff. So Wesley's got to get it together. So they're gonna head off. They, they translate this thing that they're supposed to be at a kluka, and then finally Wesley, oh, I know what that is. It's an auction.
An
And then
auction. Okay.
voila, we're at the demon auction here. With somehow they let Barney be the auctioneer. We got representatives from Wolfram and Hart. We got a client, I guess, that wanted something, so they're there. We see that horn that he took sold for $20,000 to some human guy. You know,
Why?
well, you can do some nice clean killing with the
I
Kungai
guess.
horn, I guess is what you want. And Cordy's going to be up next. Now, all these items, they get rid of these two right away. Her eyes are what's the prize is more than anything, it turns out. They're described as a pipeline, a direct pipeline to the powers that be. And that in whole or in part, what a unique party icebreaker to have. The eyes of a seer. Bidding
Mm-hmm.
starts at the other. What do you think for something, if a human eyes with such a wonderful power? How much would you start the bidding at?
I don't know.
How's $2,000 grab you?
Oh boy.
Yeah, only
That's
two
a lot.
thousand. Yeah, well, I don't think it's very much for human eyes.
But Cordy probably was offended by that.
Well,
I'm worth $2,000.
we'll find out. The bidding you see goes up to 9,000. We got a real goth looking demon there bidding up to 10,000, and then we get this other dude, this bleached blonde with the goatee and all the piercings. He's right beside the goth, and they start bidding against each other. It's gone up to 10,000 now, and then it goes up to 11,000. We go back to Angel. He deduces which hotel it's finally being done at. We get to see Cordy now trying to raise the bids and stuff, and she needs to keep this thing going. It's going to work. How many times are you going to get a prize like this? $12,000 now, the price to the goth. And Cordy says the visions can find buried treasure, which is also fun. Anyways, Bleach guy is going to bid again, 13,000. Goth bids 14,000. The Whitey guy 15,000. Goth 16,000. Bleach guy goes up to 17,000 for Cordy. Look what she's done. 18,000, 19,000. Then the goth does away with the competition, just hits him over the head with something. $20,000 the bid. Going once, going twice. But Wolfram and Hart puts in a bid of $30,000. Barney automatically says sold using no he isn't gonna hit anybody from Wolfram and Hart. $30,000 to Wolfram and Hart. Well, actually, their phone bidder for Wolfram and Hart. Anyways, they go back. You see them backstage. Barney's trying to gouge them for an extra 1,000 to do the actual action because Wolfram and Hart we only needed the eyes. We don't need the human attached to it. So yeah, an extra 1,000. And they say extraction is always inferred to be included in the price. Like this has happened quite a bit. They have
Oh
taken
my god. This is gross.
And they have taken some eyes before. Anyways, Barney starts arguing. There's no, it's $1,000. Eventually, he's going to get his way, and then he and Hank start arguing over who gets to do it. I guess it's Hank's turn. Yeah, it's his turn to
Sure.
do the thing, whatever. Barney says, no, me. So he has this like pointy thing with a bunch of calipers. Of course, the slow advance, like
Of
it's a
course.
like a
Of course.
1950s horror movie in 3D.
Mhm.
Here comes the thing. It's coming close, but Angel and Wesley are going to arrive at the hotel. Not in the room yet. Not in the room yet. So there's still some time. Remember, this thing is slowly coming
Mhm.
at her eyes. And they threaten a concierge. They finally get told where this whole auction was going on. Uh, in the meantime, they've repositioned Cordelia, I guess, onto a chair. Maybe it was
Sure.
200 where he was standing or whatever. So she's on a chair now and back with the slow motion. Here it comes. He's going to take his time to do it. He's going to enjoy every second of it. But eventually, Wesley and Angel get there. Angel's once again going to fight everybody because Wesley falls down within 1 second. He's trying to find like a knife or something like that he's stuck in like a holster on his sock, and he cannot get it for the life of him.
Not surprised.
Yeah, he's a little butterfingery when it comes
Mhm.
to whipping out his own knife. And anyways, he eventually is going to cut Cordy loose with the horn. The horn was just left conveniently, I suppose, right beside Cordy's chair. So he's going to use that to cut Cordy loose. $20,000 worth of horn. You figured you'd take better care of it. You know what I mean? Especially
Mhm.
all the trouble you had to go with it. So the Wolfram and Hart lawyer says, "Oh no, she's got to get the heck out of there." She takes off. Wesley and Barney are going to start fighting. The lawyer's going to call into the head office here with the bad news. Says three guesses who screwed this all up for us. So Angel's starting to get a little reputation with a
Mhm.
certain evil law firm. I say a certain evil law firm. I think most law firms are evil, but these ones have a particularly evil law firm.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to go back to the room. Wes is winning the fight over Barney, which is quite surprising until
Mhm.
Barney actually does turn the tide. He's got Wesley down, but Cordy's free. She
Mhm.
grabs that horn and she's going to stick it in Barney's damn back,
Good for Cordy.
killing Barney. It's the first non-vampire she's ever dusted before. Doesn't well, I guess he does dust. He almost like melt dusts. It is gross.
I bet. Yeah.
He like shrivels up like a like an overripe
Ugh.
banana first or whatever before kind of dusting out. Anyways, she's gonna thank Angel now. He says that he's lucky to have a rogue demon hunter by his side. So yeah, you know what? He had that whole day of he's not going to have any partners. You know what? He's ready for a partner.
Yeah. I
He's
mean, as is typical with this show, things are moving on quickly.
you got
I
it.
mean, as you just covered in the Buffy episode, Willow just met Tara,
Yep.
and last week was like her like being all upset still about Oz.
Yep.
So
Time to move on.
we just move on that fast, I guess.
It's been 3 episodes or whatever it's been for her. Come on, five maybe.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Anyways,
but they just pass time and these things so quickly in these shows.
yes. Well, you can do. Gotta go. Like, and I think again, not having a big bad for the season kind of helps do
Yeah,
a lot of traveling by map, those kind of things.
yeah,
Uh, get back to the office, and you were mentioning it before. Well, then Cordy gets a little upset that the bidding for her only started at $2,000. There you go.
I mean, I would be upset.
Yeah, I was be like, well, whatever. It's like I would be kind of flattered. $2,000. That's pretty good. Now she, I guess that drawing that she did, the blob drawing, she
Hmm.
had ironed it out a little bit. Now she's gonna frame it, stuff like that, and just a reminder of the vision saving her life. It's also going to remind her of Doyle. I guess this is a tangible way of having Doyle there. And
Yeah,
Wesley. Now, Wesley says he's going to leave. He's asked to, where is he going? He says, wherever the forces of darkness threaten humanity, Adelia, that's where Wesley's going to be. He's told to keep in
Sure.
touch. He's told to keep in touch. Then seems to be taking his time leaving. Here's
Hmm.
drawing things out a little bit. Cordy says for him to take care now. He's gonna still shuffle his feet a little bit. He finally getting the head out. Then he returns once more, a little more poetic waxing about what demon hunting on the road's going to be like, until Angel finally offers breakfast, because Angel, it turns out, is an ass kicker when it comes to eggs, even though he's on a strictly liquid diet, they're told.
Hmm.
So he sits down, has breakfast with them. Oh, and that's the way it's going to end. That's why Wesley joins Angel Investigations. Now,
Yeah,
next time, remember Kate?
I do.
Remember Kate was a character on this show that they won? Well, uh, she's going to be back. She's going to discover a little secret of her own in the next one. Also,
Okay.
you'll need a bit of a hawk's eye to see the special guest in next week's episode. Somnambulist will be the next one. Adelia, thanks for sticking around and let me yammer on about parting guests with you. Tell everybody where you can be found on the good old. Is it still the Let's Get Ready Network?
It's the Let's Get Ready Network, but as Snark has been pointing out, we have renamed the channels. You're watching on the post credits channel. The sports channel is now Good Friends, Better Rivals. You can, during the English Premier League season, find me and Snark over on Good Friends, Better Rivals talking about the Premier League over on Starting 11. We might do some special episodes throughout the summer dealing with transfers and stuff. So look out for those. You can find me usually on the Rewatchers Council, all three editions of the Rewatchers Council: Buffy live Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, Angel, 3 p.m. Pacific on Fridays, and the MCU edition, 3 p.m. Pacific on Saturdays. This week it's Thor: The Dark World on
Ooh,
the Rewatchers Council.
classic.
Um, not a classic,
No,
not a very good movie, but there are some good parts that I like in there, and I'm excited to talk about them. So
sure. That's the one with the frost giants or whatever, if I remember right.
no, the Frost Giants were the first Thor. This one
Oh,
is the Dark Elves
oh,
and
right, the dark.
Malekith. Yeah.
Yes. Oh boy. Well,
Yep.
I guess they kind of pay off the Dark World later on, and was it Endgame and stuff like that they talk about.
A
Now,
little bit, yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Adelia. And you're sure it's not 3 o'clock Eastern time?
It's not three
It's,
o'clock Eastern time,
it's not
no.
3 o'clock.
No.
I'm pretty sure someone said it was 3 o'clock Eastern time once. Now,
I'm pretty sure you said that yesterday.
it was me. Now, guys, listen. This weekend, LGRN After Snark, the show I do with Danny, it's going to be coming back. We're going to be talking about our expectations for the new Superman movie. I don't want to give any spoilers away if I'm excited or not. I just will say, like I said on the Buffy show, Superman the movie, the best superhero movie ever made. So if you think I might be interested in seeing the new Superman, well, you'll have to find out on Saturday. Also, we'll be talking, my buddy Ryan Christensen and I, and our pal Ferris. We'll be wrapping up the NHL season on the next edition of Playoff Beers. That's going to be coming Tuesday on the Sports Network. Good Friends, Better Rivals. Wait for that. I believe it's going to be about 7 o'clock Central Time. Don't quote me on that. You know what I mean? I can't remember things because I'm old and I wear glasses. So you got to forgive me, guys. Until then, in the words of Wesley Wyndam-Pryce, I hope you all have a good day. We'll see you next time.